This is our second round of our small business series, and we just wanted to get together with some business owners in Western Canada and talk a little bit about what they do, how COVID-19 has been affecting their business, but really to focus on how it's going to propel their business into the future and how it's changing commerce as we know it. So, Kip, can you tell me a little bit about 22Fresh, where it started, how long you've been at it?
Sure. I'll try to keep it pretty high level because it's a long, winding story. But we are a branded manufacturer, so um, we live in the sports style is athletic wear and street style hybrid world. So we design and manufacture clothing for athletes and anyone that loves the athletic lifestyle. So our tagline is designed by athletes and made for street and sport. Everything from comfy couch lounge gear to something that you'd wear on the bus traveling with your team, and then we're starting to introduce some more technical wear for more of the on-field play as well.
Cool. Awesome. And how long have you been at it? How long have you been owning and working in 22Fresh?
So I graduated from university in 2005, and that's where the dream started. I started my sketching and business ideation in 2005, and then graduated and came home and just kind of pitched the idea to a couple other entrepreneur friends of mine, and it went from a side of the desk hobby to a legitimate business that um, myself and my staff we live and love every day.
Awesome. That's awesome. So talk to me about the revenue streams for 22Fresh. So you guys have your retail stores, right? And then can you talk
Yep.
to me about how it works?
Sure. So we have four main streams of revenue. Wholesale, which would mean that we create our own clothing and then we sell it to stores like Below the Belt or local sporting goods stores at a wholesale
Okay.
price, and then they resell it. So wholesale. And then we have a team division. So anyone that joins a sports team or an entire academy, or even like the summer games, we just won an RFP to do the entire Team Saskatchewan gear. So customization
Cool.
like that. So there's two, and then the other two revenue streams are online, and we have one brick and mortar flagship store in Regina, another that was scheduled to open in Saskatoon. So that would be considered like a bricks and mortar. So those are the four main areas of our daily revenue that flow into our business.
Okay, awesome. And so tell me, what is happening right now? How has
Mhm.
that revenue adjusted in the last month?
Well, I think there was a day that I'll never forget. I was at a Regina Pats game, and it was shaping up to be like the best week of our company's existence. We had a ton of large orders from wholesalers for our fall
Mhm.
product for 2020. And I was kind of on cloud nine, and I remember opening my phone and seeing the tweet that the NBA was shutting down. And I think that I knew instantly that there was going to be a not a trickle down effect, but like an avalanche of what that meant for people
Yeah.
going out and about into giant mall stores and big sporting goods stores. So from very large retail purchases, pre-purchases, um,
Yeah.
and projections down to literally zero. So our team, with no sports, there's no team division. With no retail stores out there purchasing from us, there's no wholesale division. Not even 50%, like just to zero. And then we made the decision to close our flagship store probably about 10 days before the government told us that we had to.
Mhm.
We just saw it coming and wanted to just get ahead of it and do what we felt was the right thing. So
Mhm.
really, there's three of four limbs that were chopped off to zero,
Wow.
which
Wow.
left on essentially our online fulfillment business.
Yeah. And so tell me about that. Have you seen an increase in online business since COVID-19 hit?
Yeah, we have, and I think that I tip of the cap to my team here. Like, like this adversity, like I really think that it reveals character, and uh, you know, I'm proud of the the team meeting. I'll probably never forget we had. That was just the entire group here saying, "Look, guys, like from a leadership standpoint, my job here is I really want to make sure that I want to do whatever we can to keep you guys all employed, and it's going to need a team effort to collaborate and have a look
Yeah.
at what that even looks like, knowing that we just got 3 limbs chopped off."
Yeah.
But adversity reveals character, and I think that our entire team, they said, we got your back, we got each other's back, and let's get together and make a plan to not only come out of this healthy, but maybe thriving. I think a lot of people, um, might have used this as an out. It is hard work, and not everyone's even has
Hmm.
the extra time to put into reinventing themselves. But we made a solid plan to make some assumptions on what our customers want right now and what they want in the future. So we introduced a lot of unique things. Like we've always had a takeout option where people can pre-order, come into our store and grab it. We moved that to more of a curbside delivery, and we've got some real estate outside our store that is turning into like a McDonald's at lunch. It's people
Wow.
come in. We've got some good systems in place, right down to introducing like a same day door delivery um, in Regina. So between expedited shipping to anywhere in the world, and people that do want to leave their house just to go for a drive, they have the option to still get a bit of a brand experience and pull up to our store. So you know, it's been as good as it can be, and obviously we wish that this never happened at all for many reasons. But
Of course.
the team, the energy, we almost took this. There was a couple days of admitted depression or poor us, but
Hmm.
it was very limited, and we quickly flipped the switch to being like, screw this, like let's attack this thing and get creative and find a way to come out of this.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, I mean, obviously, I follow you guys, and I love the 22Fresh brand, and have for a really long time. And so, we've talked about some other things too. And one thing I wanted to just chat about with you is, I know we were having a conversation about how people are just consuming so much content right now. And so, you were mentioning that you guys have been doing some cool things to just promote the brand a little bit more. And one of the things we talked about was TikTok. So, can you just talk about how that's changing a little bit too and becoming sort of a place that people can learn more about brands and what they want?
Sure. Yeah, I think that all these new platforms that come out, it gets pretty hard to, especially my marketing manager, he probably rolls his eyes at me a lot, but I'm like, hey, TikTok's a thing. Like, what does that mean for us? The same thing when Instagram was a thing, and what does it
Yeah.
mean for a business? And I think that now more than ever, I mean, it's not rocket science. People are um, stuck at home looking for content. Like they're literally running out of Netflix shows to watch, and
Hmm.
sitting with your wife and kids and scrolling through TikTok with it airplayed to your TV is like a real thing. Um,
Yeah.
and it's just stuff like, okay, like I'm actually sitting in our store right now. I'm using it as like a hybrid office to get out of the house and not annoy my wife, who's she's doing way too many things from home right now, and she doesn't need to be babysitting me. But just sitting in this empty space, thinking, okay, like how can we use a beautiful empty space? Well,
Yeah.
maybe it's a TikTok studio. Our staff love dancing; they love doing sports. Why don't we invest in some lighting and have them come in whenever they want to create really good content with great lighting, with great cameras, and just keep them
Yeah.
involved in our brand so that they're not just sitting at home getting disconnected from the job that they love. So,
Hmm.
it's just I made it clear to the entire team that no ideas are off the table. There is no bad idea. Throw it out there and let's massage it and see how we can capitalize on it.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. And the other thing that we talked a little bit about is some of this pocketed growth you're seeing in online sales.
Mhm.
Can you talk a little bit about that and how you've sort of seen some explosions in different areas maybe that you haven't
Sure.
historically seen?
Sure. Yeah. So, uh, digital marketing, it's definitely a pay to play type of thing, and it has been for a while. It's just all these channels are flooded with content, and it really takes a lot of strategy to put your ads out there, or put your content out there in the
Mhm.
right place. And then sometimes it just takes a path of its own. And as recently, we're really heavy in Western Canada, and we're always
Mhm.
wanting to expand from there. Um, and we've seen, well, we've had a lot of time, myself included, away from the things I would typically do. So I'm looking a lot of data. I'm having a look at almost each and every order that comes through here to try to find out why they ended up here, right down to me just making phone calls directly, saying, "Hey, like, thanks so much for the order. I'm really curious as to why. Like, how did you find us, and what made you hit the buy button?" And there's a lot of communities up north that are probably used to making trips into the nearest town to go to a mall store or a sporting goods store that don't have that ability anymore. So we're starting to see that there's some habits being built now of people, um, saying, "Well, just wait a second. Like, I can get this stuff direct, and it's a great. There's expedited shipping. I still get a good brand experience. I hear from the customer
Mhm.
experience staff, um, and you know, I think part of that is our team just going to war, making sure that this is the best. We provide the best customer experience possible without them having the ability to go in and feel and touch our brand. But um, all it takes is keeping one customer really happy at a time for them to text their friends that they just placed a smooth order with us. And
Mhm.
it can be quite the process to get to there, but once you do, the word of mouth is really powerful. So
Absolutely. I love a couple of things that you said there. I think one is that, we can take this time to get curious about our businesses. So, and I think it's when you're working always in the business and we're crazy busy, we don't sometimes take the time to just say, "Hey, why is this going well?" or "Why is this not going well?" Just get curious
mhm,
about it, right? So I love that, you're actually making those phone calls and asking, "Why'd you hit buy?" I love that. It's great. And I
mhm,
think too, you said lots about the customer experience, and I think we can maintain a good customer experience even virtually just with a little bit of extra effort. So that's so amazing. I think it's just really the right attitude right now, because obviously there's two paths we can take right now, right? To hide under a rock,
yeah,
or really dig our hands in. So thank you for your time, Kip. If people want to
thank
get in
you.
touch with you or follow you on TikTok or Instagram or anything else, it's just at 22Fresh, correct?
Yeah,
Is that it? And then if anyone's curious or they want to talk to you a little bit more about team sales or anything like that, or maybe the Alberta team wants to, go toe to toe with the Saskatchewan team at the Alberta Games, being outfitted by 22Fresh, can they contact you too? Is it just Kip at
yeah,
22fresh.com?
you
Is
bet.
that okay? Perfect. Well, thank you so much for your time. I really
Thank you.
appreciate it. Yeah. And we'll see you soon.
Thanks,
Okay.
Renee.
Thanks, Kip.
Bye.
Bye.